It is like.
But you know what time it really is?
It's
Last
ding ding.
call.
Hold on, wait.
Oh yes, there it is.
Wait,
And then die time.
wait, hold on. I got this.
Get all my triggers mixed
There
up.
you
It's time
go.
for last call,
Last
everybody.
call. If you don't know what last call is ask us any question you want, and we will give you answers. They may not be the right answers, but we will give you answers.
And it doesn't even have to be magic related either.
No, life questions, personal questions,
in fact,
relationship questions.
We even recommend it being non-magic related. It's
right?
It's funnier that way.
So we'll stick around for a couple of minutes and answer any questions you guys have, and ask away. You could say like, "Where did we get those dice?
Johnny,
Where
what's your
did
social
we get-
security number?
Why are there dick holes in
Johnny.
my pants?" You can ask anything you want.
Why are the pockets missing from my slacks?
Why is the chair sticky?
Oh, we know why.
Right? Why am I sticky? You pay my plane ticket to come visit you and play a couple of rounds with one or more of my 77 EDH decks? I mean, at some point in the future, why not? Right?
Yeah,
if we
get enough donations.
if we make enough of this, I am totally down to like fly people out here,
Right?
and play with us. Yeah,
Sounds pretty sweet.
But we need more followers.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key part. Will the Pens win the cup again? No. Just straight up no.
And they
won't.
call him Negro Damas. To answer life's questions.
Yeah, I am here to provide answers. Right or wrong, answers. Cards like Pathbreaker Ibex or Overwhelming Stampede.
Ooh, I have so many of those.
The Toad dude, what's his name?
Gitrog? What are you talking about? Oh, from the new.
When you cast him, all your creatures get +5/+5 and gain trample.
Oh.
That's Craterhoof Behemoth. Wait, no,
Craterhoof.
that's
Yeah,
not-
Craterhoof.
Yeah.
There you
that-
go.
That's XX.
So
Yeah.
Craterhoof is kind of like that.
It is kind of like that.
he's the prime of like overwhelming stampede shit.
Yeah, G Mars.
There you go, G Mars.
I have a ton
Yeah.
of anthems in my
Must be building
his
full
own deck.
tribal decks for fun and play a couple rounds. Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean,
I had a fairy
Like the
tribal
fairy
deck.
tribal?
I had a fairy tribal deck that no one liked
Huh.
because
don't
it
know,
was
I-
Zur.
I don't know. Tribal deck. Yes. Tribal goat dick.
We
deck.
gotta try that.
My
at
friend
least.
has a really good Carador deck, a
Oh.
Spirit Tribal that I want to try out.
I am
It's great.
currently in the process of building a squirrels riding worms tribal deck.
I would love to see that.
It's
G
a
Mars, it was black blue fairy tribal.
yeah, is white, black, blue fairy tribal.
The new Mrs. Stewart of Elements. I don't know.
Tribal
It-
bird. There's so many tribal bird decks though. That's the one thing that turns me off about bird.
There's a couple like, what is that guy's name? There's kind of a.
I want to do Demons and Horror Tribal.
I have a demons and angels white black in the making.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's actually thematic as well.
I want to get going with a really good theme deck.
What would be an interesting tribal deck? Ooh, a shapeshifter tribal deck. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'm working towards something like that. I just need a couple more things. That and cloning.
I would love to see you guys build EDH decks together.
Oh.
Oh,
That's a
Aw.
pretty good. It's a pretty good recommendation.
Only,
actually.
only real birds.
Only real birds.
The Commander 17 leaks. Well, I don't know if they are real. It's
If.
interesting. The whole dragons aspect is pretty sweet. Oh, real birds. Okay, not like
Bird soldier, or bird
right.
cleric.
Yeah,
or just
or any
bird.
of like the artifact constructs, like the what is that? The clockwork.
Yeah.
Something or another. I just can't think of it right now.
Just actual real birds.
I'm
Like
building crab
storm
tribal.
Bird
Bro.
soldier. Okay, yeah. Talk out your picks and thoughts processes.
Yeah, I'm actually down for that, J Mars. I would love to just have a stack of cards in front of me and just piece something together. I think it would be fun to just kind of show like what
That
we're
was-
in the deck process making too.
I mean, that's what I did originally. When my brother first got me into Commander, he bought me the Aloro Precon. And then I just sort of switched out cards with
One
what
at
I
a
had.
time,
And then
yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I got bored after a couple games of just Aloro, or at least I was like, oh, this is sick. Like, I like Commander. It feels like what kind of Magic should be. You know, more towards like the lore with, you know, we as Planeswalkers are casting these spells, and it would make sense if we only had like one each of them, you know. And then I was like, oh, okay, I just threw a bunch of red, green cards together, and I had, I don't know, I think I just had a placeholder Commander at that point, because I hadn't bought any cards for it. It was like Boragamos, the original one. I think that was it, to fulfill the red-green requirement. But that's funny. Yeah, Stormcrow
Hey,
and all the other real birds.
Just noticed Tyler's question for Steward of the Elements.
Uh-huh.
For that, it's pretty easy to recommend a lot of stuff for that. You can get like, the Oracle's Vault, like I had earlier, top deck manipulation, things that proliferate, and Rashmi Eternity's Crafter. I mean, it pretty much is Rashmi, but with,
Oh my
on a
God.
Planeswalker, you know, on a Planeswalker.
That's
form.
such a cool card. The new Rashmi.
Yeah.
Really
So-
cool.
That's what I wanted to work on with Eaters. Like, I didn't know which direction to take them in.
Mhm.
And so I started with, like, okay, a bunch of stuff that gives free spells. And then now I'm going to go more into, like, cloning and ETBs and then, like, having things just proliferate based off that.
Yeah.
But then it pulls in too many directions. So it has to, you know, actually do things first.
Nice.
But yeah, Steward of the Elements would be super cool to do things with. She's just fun for free spells. Free spells are always fun.
Yeah, free spells are always fun. That's why all those the new like cast, and then you get a free, you know, X CMC thing from your hand.
Yeah.
It's usually like whatever the CMC was minus 1 or 2.
It'd be interesting if the new C17 has angels and travel.
I really see, that's the thing, is I thought energy counters were going to be at least have some sort of play in EDH after they came out, because like this is like the perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do interesting stuff based on the energy counters. Because you just start like doing wild, you know, doubling season, like start like getting tons of counters.
What's that?
People just don't like counting them, I guess.
What's that
Yeah.
one that copies all tokens on the battlefield, but it's for everyone, not just for you?
Primal Surge?
No. Parallel Evolution.
Evolution?
Yeah, Parallel Evolution.
Parallel Lives?
It's
Is
a-
that what you're
it's-
thinking of?
No, he's talking about the one from like Mirrodin or Darksteel.
No,
Parallel.
that's Torment.
Oh, wait, the red one? Are you talking about the red one?
The green. How do you spell parallel? God.
So Parallel
Parallel
Lives is the one that
Lives.
does it for your own board.
No, yeah,
my
how do you
God.
spell
So Primal Surge is the one that does it for everyone, along with counters.
I would like to see Angel.
No,
get
here
tribal
we go.
support.
Parallel Evolution. For each creature token
Oh,
in
snap.
play, its controller puts a creature token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that
Oh,
creature.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's
That's
its,
what I was
what's this
thinking
other one?
Sick.
Just the flashback, and it flashes back for like 9 or something stupid.
For 7.
Ah,
But still, that's really great, because if you're running a token-heavy deck, and, you know, most other people don't. So I actually have this slotted for my Squirrel Worms, because I can put a bunch of worms out, like 4/4, 6/6 worms,
Yeah.
then play Parallel. Even if you have 2/2s out on the board, I'm still making, like, the win on that. You know what I mean? Or if I have
unless they have a board wipe.
Zandikar's, what is it? Zandikar's
Resurgent.
Avatar,
Yeah.
or whatever that fucking thing is.
Avenger of Zendikar.
Avenger of Zendikar, where I get
The
plants
yeah.
for each one of my, lands in play. Say I have like 7 of those. I play Parallel Evolution, and then I now have 14. And then I play, like towns, whatever. All my creatures get +1/+1. And then I flash back Parallel Evolution, and then I now have like 28. It just
Yeah.
exponentially grows with Parallel Evolution, where others is kind of like you can kind of double it up, but it's only when it's cast, and so you get that when it comes into
Ooh.
play, it gets doubled. Play Parallel Evolution with something like doubling season.
Yeah.
Then you're going 4 times over. So I mean,
then what's the new
white one?
the boa that I have in. What did I fucking do with that shit? Right here. That's pretty fucked, Claude. So what he did, Confiscation Coup says you like generate. It's a sorcery, generate 4 energy, and then you can pay any amount of energy, and if it equals the CMC, gain control of that.
oh yeah.
It's artifact or creature, I think it is. And then on Ink Treader Nephilim, it copies for every valid target, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
After animating all the lands, so.
Yep. Do you have a white splash in your Squirrel
what are
Worms
the colors
plan?
on that?
Yes. It's actually a green, blue, white Squirrel Worms.
Okay.
So because a lot of the worms are kind of green-white, it kind of allows me to kind of sway that direction. And then the blue splash is what I'm going to use for like a lot of these kind of like control cards, as well as being able to have the ability to do things like Reigns of Power.
Mm-hmm.
And the white actually allows me... I figured out a card combo to dump every basic land in my library onto the battlefield in 1 turn.
Sweet.
Or I can do it in 2 turns if I want to.
Yeah.
And that's something hunting for treasure. So here's the card process. It's out of Invasion. There's a green card. It costs 2. Search your library and put all basic lands of your choice on top of your library. Okay, so you put all your basic lands. Then, if you have the mana, or on the next turn, you play Hunt for Treasure or something like that. Draw cards until you get a non-land,
Harvest, yeah.
non-creature spell. So you have all your lands in your hand, right? Then you discard all of them to the graveyard. And then you play planar... it's a white. It's 1 white, 1 other, planar something. I'm blinking on the names right now because I'm really tired.
Yeah.
But it says put all lands from the graveyards into play.
Yeah, that Life from the Loam, that does that too.
And so that just dumps everything land-wise in your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, on turn 4 or 5, no one's going to have that amount of lands in their
Planar
graveyard.
Birth.
Planar Birth, thank you. No one's going to have that many amount of lands in their
And even
graveyard.
if they have like 1 or 2,
it's totally worth it.
it's worth it
Yeah.
for him.
But barring that you actually have those cards in hand,
Yeah.
and you have at least 2 mana on the battlefield that can generate any color if you want to do in that first 3 turns. So I figured out that's a good way to do it. Not the best way, but the cheapest way.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
And then somebody plays Armageddon.
yeah, someone plays Armageddon on turn 5, so that would just fuck everybody.
Yeah.
But even if they played Armageddon, and I'm playing green, so I could just float a green, do, 1 green, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. What the fuck is that called?
Noxious Revival does that.
That, and it's just a spell like Landfill or E-Waste or whatever the fuck the name of that card is. It starts with an R. Anyways, then you can just pull it back, and I'm going to have the Zorb Orb or whatever the fuck that is. Sack a land, gain 2 life, so that I can constantly do that. I'm going to put landfall things in there too. So if I put something like green with landfall,
he's gonna do the whole thing where he's got, multiple lands per turn. He's also got Crucible in there. He's just gonna be like multiple landfall triggers, 4 of them every. All the good
Zurin
stuff.
Orb. There you go.
And as I mentioned,
So
the
that-
Worm
that's-
Harvest.
That is one of the plans that I can do with that. But it's really cool because if I get something that just says, there's what's that blue spell? Factor Fiction. No, not Factor Fiction. What am I thinking of?
That's one.
I don't think you're thinking of Factor Fiction.
It's another one. Anyways, it's
Show and
blue.
Tell?
Show and Tell. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can
Big
do Show
difference.
and Tell and get away with that too.
Yeah.
And so there's many options for that in structure to kind of throw every bit of land I have onto the board. But again, barring that you have the right cards in hand, can you tutor for some of these cards? But the other thing too is once I get all my lands in my graveyard, even if they're in my graveyard and I say have 3 or 4, it thins this other side of the deck out so I can get more of what I want. Even if I don't have Planar Birth at the start, I still have my 4 lands that I had at the beginning, and I still have every one a bit of my lands in the graveyard. So when I pull Planar Birth, I'm thinning my deck for everything else out too.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different benefits to it. But if someone counters my Planar Birth, I am fucked.
Any bit of the combo.
Yeah, I am fucked. But that's the point of having the green, is because green has a lot of go into your graveyard and pull it back stuff, and then blue has a lot of opportunities to pick and pull or retract or counter or general control over board state.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of options and flexibility by doing it that way too.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, so that's the plan I'm doing with the Squirrel Worms with the white green splash blue.
Bug.
That's what I'm doing it.
Who's gonna be your bug ass commander?
I haven't decided a commander because I don't care who the commander is as long as I can use those colors. Because
wait, blue, right, green. Don't even listen to me, dude.
I barely play my commanders as is. To me, commanders are a nuisance.
It's kind of true sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't care what.
Luckily, nobody called me out on calling blue, white, green bug.
Right.
I'm calling myself out before anybody else can. This has been a very long and very intoxicated day.
Yeah. But anyways, that was one of my deck building plans. I also have a white red mill deck in process.
White red mill, interesting.
Yeah. And it's pretty much centered around bringing a lot of things out and going through a sack process, and it gets really convoluted, but pretty much between Cauldron of Souls, various amounts of angels, and sneak attack, I can dump everything out on the board. Cauldron of Souls, sack it, bring it all back. One of the angels says whenever target creature leaves play, bring it back. Then you have one of the other angels that is, when it comes into play, exile. So you can exile the one that brought something back, sack that to the exile, have it come back into play. And there's another angel that says when it comes into play, return any creatures that went to the graveyard this turn back into play. And then you can go through this cycle between them and start sacking just a shit ton of stuff. And your sack outlets can be whatever. And if I have like Altar of Dementia out, you're just going to start milling your opponents to death. If I have any other sack outlets like Gain Life, or even Ashnod's Altar, I can start pooling up this mana and then just, Fireball or something.
I just want to get that card that like makes it so your opponents can't sacrifice anything, because I want you to love yourself.
That's fine. No,
Please.
that'll work too, because I'll still have Cauldron of Souls, so I can still swing with shit. Just flinging
There
this
you
stuff
go,
around.
you swung.
Swing with everything, and if someone plays like Armageddon or something like that, I can just throw down like eerie voices or eerie whatever, 1 white, 2 other, pretty much blink any number of creatures you control. So I don't even have to sack. I can always do that too. And then what is that enchantment? 1 white, 2 other. Anytime a creature enters the battlefield, gain life. That creature's power.
Yeah,
and you just start gaining life like crazy. And there's so many combos that you can do in white red that's just atrociously stupid. And I'm pretty much going to go for that in a red white themed.
Well, I'm excited to see how stupid it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
It's all about the stupid. You gotta have at least a little bit.
Yeah. Splendid Reclamation is good, but it has a high casting cost. That's the only reason why I stay away from it.
All right. Got anything else going on?
Yeah.
My Social Security? Do you want it?
No. Nobody wants it, John. Nobody wants to
Fuck,
steal
dude.
your identity.
I don't need this.
Stop it.
After that run with the Mana Vault, I don't want my identity anymore.
Damn, right?
I keep telling you to flip a different fucking coin, because the way you flip coins bothers the shit out of me.
Right? Maybe it's...
know.
Yeah,
Have you
maybe
seen
this-
him flip coins?
I watched him all night fuck himself over.
Dude,
with these
last
stupid
week,
flips.
last week, this is how John flips coins. You ready? This is how he flipped coins. Literally 6 times last week.
He did that a couple times.
And I was like, who the fuck flips coins like that? Come on, dude. Like,
Oh.
even if you have to grab a smaller coin,
Dude, didn't you hear him?
you just like that. Like, you get several flips out of it instead of. And you're like, I wonder what this is gonna be. I'm gonna call heads. Oh well, fuck me on that one. But you're just like, you just do one flip. It's not even a flip. You're just like, oops. Oh, it's heads. Oh,
I'll practice.
how can I get that
I'm
wrong?
gonna start doing pumps with this thumb.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there, dude.
Thumb
At this point, I'm
exercises.
gonna tell you to roll a die, even or odds. It's gonna be the same fucking thing.
Wait, that's true. I could just do that.
You
wow.
could.
I like that a little better.
Oh man.
I've always had a problem with coins and flipping things.
Yeah.
If you have the
You
all
have?
lands in the grave plan, are you going to play it anyway? What? If you have the all lands in grave plan, are you going to play it anyways?
Going to play it anyway.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Hardcore cheated on a dice roll, huh?
We knew it would happen.
Self mill. There you go. Instead of scooping, I'll self mill to beat everyone else to the punch.
Please.
I love doing that.
I'm so sad they got rid of mana burn.
Me too. That was what killed me more times than not.
Right?
On purpose. All right. So I'm gonna take you guys out. There's all right. So combat is declared. Attacker is declared. Combat damage is on the stack. I'm gonna kill myself with mana burn. We all die. Sorry, friends.
Good.
Tap the table. Like, what is it? Pinball? Tilt? Where you hump the machine until you get the ball where you want it to go?
Oh man.
Oh,
I hope a lot of
it
things
is
for
called
balls.
tilt.
Yeah.
And there's an acceptable. There's a program
Yes.
acceptable
Amount of
limit
tilt.
of
Uh-huh.
tilt.
You gotta
But
You really gotta
hump
do
it in this mission.
But if you get good with tilt, you can get really good at pinball.
I was playing in a Smash Bros. Tournament earlier today, and one of my opponents lost because he killed
Oh, yeah?
himself.
Yeah? Yeah? What smash?
4.
Oh,
4.
I don't give a shit about that fucking crap.
Oh,
Smash Brothers tournament and
killed
4. That's
himself.
like playing Streets of Rage versus. It's not the same, dude. Just play melee.
Looks like
Get
someone's bad at
good.
Streets
Get
of-
good.
Someone's bad at Streets of Rage versus.
Get good at melee, and then we'll talk. You and I will have a good conversation. But if you're gonna keep playing that Smash 4 garbage,
All right, bring it next time. Let's do it. I'll go. I'll
It's
find a
here.
functional- I know.
It lives
I-
here.
I mean, figuratively, bring it.
I've brought it every time. You have yet to beat me in melee.
That's not true. I beat you with Ice Climbers several times.
And I was playing shit characters. I was having.
Oh,
like
hold
Fox?
on. Oh, hold on. You
Like
cannot
Fox?
put any caveats on winning or losing.
That's okay, fine.
you
You,
either
did
win or
beat
you
me with
lose.
Ice Climbers twice. Out of how many
You were
games?
playing Fox.
Out of how many
Fox,
games?
I think.
Fox isn't even my main. I don't give a shit. How many?
Is
How
Fox?
many games? How many games?
I don't know, dude. I wasn't like tracking. Like, all right, let me keep this ledger.
It's like
on
13
how I do
games.
this.
Hold on. Let me bring the stats up.
It's like 13 games,
All right, let's fucking do it.
right? I'm a Peach main.
I didn't
will,
wobble. I'll have you know.
I will
I
trash
don't know
you
how
with
yet.
Peach.
Oh boy.
All right. Is there any other questions for us? Because we're getting pretty sleepy over here. We feel like dying. We have a short day tomorrow.
That's been on the schedule. I've been waiting for that all day.
What?
Dying.
Yeah. End of the night. Time to die.
All right, good. We're on time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It is.
Oh,
Falling,
look at that.
It is falling right
Hey,
into
look at that.
schedule. Time to die.
It's time to die. All right.
Yeah. Look at that.
Would you look at the time?
It's like
Gee. Would you look at the time?
it's 1:10 a.m. over here.
All right. Well, I guess that might be it.
Yeah, I think that is it. I think that wraps up last call. Anybody didn't grab their last drink? So sorry. Have to wait till next week.
Right?
As we
Alright.
serve you again as
Ooh,
your...
and maybe, just maybe, we might do something Monday.
Well, we might do something tomorrow, is what...
I
Nick is
mean
saying.
tomorrow.
You mean tomorrow?
Yeah. Is today Monday?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today's Probably Sunday, I hope. We are MTG Lexicon, your guys' dive bar for the ultra cheesiest, drunkest, most casual content. Magic related, especially the Commander EDH that we play. I am one of your hosts, Ultra Sleepy Matt, aka PoKan, aka Matt in the chat. And we joined by a guest, John. Say goodnight, John.
Good night, guys. It's been a real pleasure, you know. I just love being here with all my friends and playing Magic together. Goodbye.
I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for my #1 hit single. It's called Suck Yo Mama. Thank you very much. And I am Brandon, aka the producer, aka I don't care about AKAs. You have a good night.
It works. What a fun song to end this all on. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Woo.